Okay, well, sorry for the delay there. Was having a bit of issues with my sound. As you can see, I'm very professional about this, so that's okay. But in any case, I'm gonna get rolling here. Let me just start up my game. Um, like I did with a bunch of my streams, I'm gonna be playing Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 because I love Lord of the Rings and I love Battle for Middle-earth 2. Um, I recommend people playing it. Uh, go find a download link and play it because that's the only way you can these days. They don't sell this game on any legitimate platform anymore, unfortunately, thanks to licensing kerfuffle. But that's okay. Play the game if you can. Play any RTS game if you can, because there are so few of them that come out these days. Um, but anyway, let me just get going here. What's going on with my settings there? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that was weird. Sorry, I'm just futzing around with my game settings. Um, I'm gonna share my screen momentarily, and then get to talking about some other things that are going on. I probably should have changed my icon. I still have the glitched out Arno Dorian from the Assassin's Creed discussion that I had with Jolly Chap. But you know what? It's a bit topical. It's video games, so I'll keep him. I'll keep the skullless Arno. That's okay. He'll do in a pinch. All right. I'm gonna share my screen and roll up the game. Because yeah, one of the things I want to talk about after I get the game set up and I get going in one of my little matches here, um, there have been some game announcements, gaming news, gaming trailers, whole bunch of stuff that's been happening over the past few days because IGN's been hosting their, I don't even know what it's called, their Summer of Gaming or Game Fest, whatever the hell it's called. Basically, IGN is hosting the successor apparently to E3, because E3 is not really a thing that's happening anymore. So now IGN, I guess, has taken up the mantle and is deciding to roll ahead with that. Um, Honestly, that's something that I find kind of funny. I mean, before I talk about anything else, I mean, I'm just going to get my game set up as I'm, yammering on here. But I find it kind of amusing that IGN is now like hosting basically a masturbatory, uh, advertisement for game publishers and video games. IGN is supposed to be a publication that focuses on not just gaming news and gaming announcements, but also like gaming criticism. They have to they put out reviews and they critique games. Sometimes they put out, well, not so much these days, but sometimes they used to put out negative critiques of video games. But now they're basically hosting the new E3. So it's like, okay, you think IGN is ever going to be like any sort of bastion of integrity or honesty when it comes to critiquing video games ever again? Now that they're basically hosting this plethora of uh, you know, exciting reveals and announcements. Basically letting game publishers run wild and drum up hype and everything. They're basically just a marketing wing of game publishers now. It's like I always used to give all kinds of like crap to uh Jeff Keighley, the guy who runs the game awards. But at least Jeff Keighley is just a guy, like at least Jeff Keighley is just like he doesn't run a game publication or a review publication that critiques video games. He's just a guy who runs the game awards. So I mean, as much crap as I might give him for basically like sucking the pee-pee of game publishers, eh, at least he's not you know somebody who's going to be relied on to critique video games. But IGN did fall into that category, and now they're now they're running uh, basically a show that just does nothing but advertise games and drums up hype. So yeah, I don't know. I just always found that kind of funny ever since it was announced that they would basically be doing the replacement for E3. Just finding that kind of amusing. Actually, hold on. I gotta double check my audio. I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a moment. There's something that was being weird about my audio. Okay, no, I think I'm good. Okay. But be that as it may, IGN is doing that whole thing now. So good for them, I suppose. And they put out a whole bunch of new announcements, and they revealed a bunch of trailers, revealed some new games, gave us new information on games that they like announced last year, things of that nature. And there's a few things that I want to talk about. I mean, I'm obviously not going to talk about like everything that happened at those award shows. You can go back and watch the live streams, and you can go read all the articles and everything that have come out about all the announcements and stuff. But I'm just going to talk about a few things that I guess I'm interested in personally, games that I'm interested in, for better or for worse. Because there were some things shown there that I was not a huge fan of. Various trailers and tidbits that I wasn't a huge fan of. But there were certainly things that I was a fan of. So I don't know. But anyway, before I dive into that, let me just finish getting set up. I'm playing as the Harad faction. Because I want to use those Muma kill. I love the Muma kill. And there's other things I like about this faction too. But, what map? I don't know what map I'm going to do. There's so many maps. So many to choose from. I mean, it's a good problem to have, I suppose, but man. Let's give this map a shot. Let's give this one a shot. Okay, and away we go. Let's do it. All right, who am I fighting? I have Misty Mountains as an ally, and I'm going up against Woodland Realm and Dol Guldur. Okay, fair enough. Let's get some of my little henchmen to build me some buildings here. Just kind of get this started before I do anything else. Dry spell. Reduces production of any resource structure within the area. Yeah, so use that on enemy structures. Recruit a hero here. I can't pronounce the names of any of these guys, I'm sorry. CR Rule, the Black Vizier. Okay. I do wonder, the modders that created this mod, because I am playing the Age of the Ring mod, as I've done on previous streams. I know that they have incorporated elements of the books and sort of the more deep lore, the more deep Tolkien lore into this game, which is great. I mean, I think that's really cool. But I think when it comes to a faction like Harad, there's like so much we don't know about them in like anything that Tolkien ever wrote. So I do wonder where a lot of these heroes, like their selection of heroes that they have, I do wonder where they all, like most of them came from. Or if they just kind of like invented these because they needed like heroes to come up with. I don't know. Um, it's just an interesting thing that I kind of think about, you know. It's not a big deal. I don't mind them like inventing completely original heroes or anything. Just makes me wonder. Let's get some starting units up in here. I'm probably going to... Yeah, it looks like they're going after my allies' base. Maybe. They might be running past my allies' base to go attack my stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing. Yeah, they always got to team up on one specific person. That's okay. I can take it. I think. I hope. Let me make myself a caravan, get some additional resources, and get some upgrades. I'm gonna upgrade my Harandor outpost. Get some more elite units up in here. Up in this bitch. Oh, you built a tower where I was gonna build a tower, you bastard. You fucking bastard. That's okay. But yeah, anywho, yeah, so IGN, they had their Games Fest recently. One of the biggest things that's been talked about a lot during this whole show was sorry, hold on. I was just wondering what to do with my other caravan. Okay. One of the most talked about things at the when it comes to all the announcements was Dragon Age Veilguard. I don't know if it's Veilguard or the Veilguard. I think it's the Veilguard because they decided to put a the in there for some reason. I don't know. I think it would work better as just Veilguard and drop the, but what do I know? I don't. First of all, before I talk about anything else regarding this game, I just I don't know why they changed the name from Dreadwolf. I think Dreadwolf was a much cooler name. The explanation I believe that they've given for this is that Veilguard like better reflects, I guess, the companions that you're gonna have in the game, and I guess just like the overall faction that you're going to be like playing around with in the game, which I guess is the Veilguard, maybe. So they decided to change the name to that. I mean, fair enough, I suppose, but it's also like, I don't know, what's his face? Solus, who he may or may not end up being the main villain in this game. You know, based on how Dragon Age Inquisition, the last game, ended, they sort of suggested that Solus would be the main villain in this. But that could very well end up not being the case. It could end up being someone else, and they could like pull a curveball or something. So who the hell knows? But if that's the case, I suppose, if it's the case that like this game is not actually going to focus on Solus as much as we were once like led to believe, then I guess, you know, Veilguard makes that makes like a for a better title of the game than sorry, I was getting a phone call. Than Dreadwolf. But if it does turn out that Solus is still going to be an integral part of this game, then like I don't know why why drop the name? It just seems like so much cooler. It just flows a little bit better. It's more ominous. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling Veilguard, but whatever. That's just the title of the game. Not a big deal. Not going to harp on that too much. What I am going to harp on as a lot of people have, is the trailer, the official trailer that they finally put out. Um, Whoop-de-doo. Why is this caravan? Okay, yeah, all right. This caravan is just stuck. I cannot move it in either direction, so that's wonderful. All right, I'm just gonna plop it down. Screw it. I still need to save it before it gets destroyed, but I'm just gonna deploy it here since I cannot make it past this stupid goblin lair. Um, got some more spearmen coming in. I want to recruit some archers. You know, let me also get this upgrade as well. But yeah, people have been harping on the trailer. This trailer that they put out for Dragon Age Veilguard is very interesting to say the least. Not quite what I would expect out of a Dragon Age game. Um, you know, it was just really, it was a goofy trailer, to be honest. Like, it was really just like, as people have been saying, it felt like something that you would have for like a Fortnite trailer or like an Overwatch like update or something like that. You know, one of those like happy-go-lucky, cartoony like hero shooter type games. It felt like something akin to that. And I know that BioWare games, they've had kind of flimsy marketing in the past. This is like not the first time, and people have, you know, certainly pointed that fact out. But regardless of that, I mean, whether that's true or not, it's still just a bizarre trailer. I mean, they announced this thing, like they announced the fact that they were making this game like 6 years ago or something like that. It was like 2018. I believe it was 2018 when they first announced the title of this game. So it's been so long since we've like heard heads or tails of this game, and you know this is kind of like a first impressions essentially. This trailer. This is going to be most people's first impression of the game, and it's just like I don't know, man. Like what a weird trailer. It just way too like humorous and comedic and like something that you would find out of like a, you know, Suicide Squad or something, one of those like irreverent uh you know, team up style movies. I don't know. It just it didn't work for me. It didn't work for a lot of people aside from like a very like small selection of you know, diehard Dragon Age fans or diehard BioWare fans. Um, you know, people who probably would have defended anything about this game. And don't get me wrong, I mean, and I might talk a little bit about this as well. There have been some unfair criticisms levied against this game based on the trailer, and just some really dishonest argumentation that I've seen on that side of it too. So, um, you know, I don't have a huge ton of love for some of those people either, but yeah, some of the arguments that diehard BioWare fans have used to defend this game, I find questionable as well. Um, looks like there's a kind of an intense battle raging here. I need to get some more. Need to get some more units up in here. Uh, I'll build an Umbaran Citadel. All right, let's pull back a bit. Let's pull back a bit. I lost a squad of spearmen and a squad of archers, I think. Let's pull back. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Not a good first look. And another thing that people pointed out in the trailer, aside from just the tone, like the weird tone of the trailer that doesn't tend to like go along with Dragon Age, is the art style. The art style was also something that was very questionable in the trailer. Um, again, just not something that people typically like associate with Dragon Age. Um, it feels like something. akin, like more akin, again to like one of those hero shooters that I was talking about. Um, so I don't know. That was also very weird. Um, Now that all that is to say, I mean, none of that is really a deal breaker for me. Um, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, the cartoony art style. I will never play this game. No, it is visuals at the end of the day, and gameplay, story, things of that nature are far more important to me than uh, the art style. But I mean, it's undeniable that it just feels weird for a Dragon Age game. I mean, I don't blame anybody for calling that out. I think it's quite appropriate to call it out. Um, because it just not that there's anything inherently wrong with cartoony art, like art styles. It's just number one, it's not something that tends to really go along with what we would expect in Dragon Age. And number two, it's it just reeks of like them, uh, BioWare, the publisher, or developer rather, of them wanting to uh, basically do things that everyone else is doing. It's like, oh, like hero shooters are popular, and that's sort of, and Fortnite is super popular, to the best of my knowledge. That game still makes a ton of money, as far as I know. So it feels like just jumping on a trend, jumping on like, oh, we need to do something cartoony because some top selling games that are out there are doing cartoony things. I don't know. That's just kind of like what it reeks of to me. It reeks of like catching on to trends and stuff. Um, oh, you fucking bastards! Don't stop wailing on my buildings. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Why are these guys not dying? Like these archers have good damage, but for some reason, like these guys just ain't dropping no matter what I'm like flinging at them. That's okay. I'll get to talking a bit more about Dragon Age in a second. I'm just oh, so intense, so focused on what's happening here. Get some more of my archers. I do want to build some Mumakil eventually, but I'll hold off on that for the time being because they are expensive boys. I want to focus on building up my infantry first. Just go put that up there. I keep losing all my spearmen, God. Alright, kill those stupid Beorngling Berserkers. They're dead. Let's go take out this goblin lair, actually. Let's go do that. Before we do anything else, I want to deal with this goblin lair. My allies, I think, can handle themselves for a moment. Let me just move these archers into the other tower. I'll recruit the Black Queen as well. Let's do that. It's funny. She's like the cheapest hero for Harad, but she has some of the most useful abilities in the faction, in my opinion. So, huh. She should be worth more. But then again, you do have to like pay money to upgrade her. She's like, it's weird. I don't know. Unlike with most heroes in this game, you actually have to like pay money to manually upgrade her. There's a few other heroes in this game that function the same way. Let's see, I'll upgrade her a bit. Um, But yeah, I mean, they did when it comes to Dragon Age Veilguard, they did show off a bit of gameplay as well. They did like a 20 something minute gameplay reveal. And that, I mean, looked a bit more promising, certainly more promising than the frickin' uh, the initial trailer. The trailer just rubbed everyone the wrong way, and there's still some concerns I have regarding gameplay. I mean, I for one do not have a problem with action RPGs, which it seems like this game is taking more of an action RPG angle rather than just a straight up RPG angle. So the combat, in theory, I think is supposed to be a bit more fluid, a bit more fast paced, things like that. Um, so, I mean, I like games like that, but I also don't want them to like just dumb down the game completely, you know? I don't want I don't want them to make a game that's like exclusively for noobs or something. Um, and there is always a risk of them doing something like that. Uh, whenever it seems like they're going to make something more simple, they run the risk of also making a game uh, just I don't know, dumber, like a little too simple, you know? So hopefully that's not the case. Because like I said, I do really enjoy action RPGs. So if they can still maintain a reasonable level of like challenge and difficulty and complexity to the combat and the gameplay mechanics, um, while still making it like an action RPG, then I would be fine with that. Um, but I guess I don't know. I feel like we still need to see a bit more of the game. The 25 minutes that they showed us, it was something, but um, probably not enough for anybody to be like completely sold on the game, except for the diehards, except for the diehard BioWare fans. They've a lot of them, and I could tell just based on the discourse, a lot of them have already like made up their mind about getting this game. Uh, Okay, so my ally is actually making, well, they were making a little bit of headway. Let me make a Mumakil outpost so I can get some of those Mumakil in here. Or the Mahud outpost, whatever the hell. It's the building that recruits the Mumakil, so, you know. Oh shit, get off your horse. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. Oh, this battle took a turn. I came up here being like, oh, my ally has a reasonable army up here. Let's go. And now my ally's army is like dead and I'm suddenly by myself. So that's wonderful. That's okay though. We can take him. We can take him. Destroy that freaking thing. Come on. Destroy it. Destroy it. No. Sorry, I'm such a nerd. I quoted Lord of the Rings verbatim on a live stream. How terrible. How could I do such a thing? All right, let's upgrade the Mahud outpost so I can get some Mumakil. I want some of those Lelefantes. God, I'm such a weirdo. I'm sorry. But yeah, BioWare, when it comes to BioWare, the Dragon Age developers, they've kind of been going downhill for a little while now, to be like perfectly honest. Their games have just had a drop off in quality for years now. Their past several games have all had various problems with them. Um, Also, I do apologize if any of my audio is weird. I am temporarily using a different mic, but hopefully it's fine. I tested it earlier. Anyway, Yeah, BioWare's games have been going down the tubes for a little while. Um, and you know, a lot of the reason for that is that a lot of like the original head honchos that ran some of the games that they're most well known for back in the day have, left, they've retired, they've started other companies, they've been let go, all these different things. So, a lot of the big creative minds are just no longer there anymore. You also have EA, who obviously among game publishers and gamers and the gaming industry have like a bit of a dubious reputation for various reasons. Um, and they have a tendency to make things worse for a lot of the games that their developers make. So I mean that can't be helping. Um, and maybe it's just a lot of it just comes down to like poor choices and them just like not having a lot of the creative spark and creative energy, the creative juice, if you will, that they once did. It might have something to do with that too. I don't know. Um, the weirdest one to me, like when it comes to BioWare's recent games, was freaking Anthem. Like that game was the most. I mean, and I only played like the open beta. So I mean, to be fair, I've never like played the full game or anything, but the writing was on the wall. Anybody who paid any attention to that game, like you knew what it was. It was the most paint by numbers, like cookie cutter game industry manufactured game that you could ever think of. Just, I don't know, like they were just copying so many like live service games that were coming out at the time, which thank God live services are kind of dying off. Like that whole trend that the game industry was pushing for a while is finally like I think tapering off for the most part. I mean, we still get live service games, don't get me wrong. We're just not getting the explosion of them that we were a few years ago. So I mean, that's good. Um, but yeah, it was just such a like it was just such a fake looking game and not something, the fact that it was like more emphasis on like uh you know uh, multiplayer microtransactions and just endless busy work that you often get in games like Destiny and things like that. It looked like a Destiny clone basically. I was trying to find a good like find a good comparable example to what I was thinking of. And yeah, I would say that it was like basically a knockoff of Destiny essentially. Um, and uh, oh, hold on. Let me load these guys up in towers. Okay. All right, kill that guy, please. Let's get some Muma kill in here. That's what I've been waiting for. All right, let's do it. Um, so yeah, BioWare, a studio that is most like what they were most known for outside of Star Wars: The Old Republic, I suppose. I mean, that's kind of the one outlier. But to be fair, they did have like a different they had their I believe it's their Austin studio that exclusively like worked on that game. Um, so it was like a studio that primarily focused on their MMO, their multiplayer game. Um, oh my God, my guys are getting destroyed over here. All right, I need to pull back. So yeah, with the exception of Star Wars: The Old Republic, most of what BioWare had always been known for in the past was single player narrative driven story games. That was like their bread and butter. And so it's just bizarre beyond belief that you would like have BioWare of all studios like work on a Destiny clone, like a paint by numbers fucking MMO. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Like that game was just destined. That I did not intend any pun with that, believe me. It was destined to fail that game, and it did. That game was a complete and utter failure, and it probably almost killed BioWare. But that's what EA does. EA, like, they have their studios work on games that are not within their wheelhouse, and then they suddenly have like a surprise Pikachu face when those games end up failing, and they end up like shutting down the studio that they forced to make that game in the first place. Just completely bizarre. It's such bizarre. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you, as a publisher, would put your developers up to something like that. Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Anthem was a complete failure. Mass Effect Andromeda had plenty of problems. I mean, I'm pretty like generous to that game. Like I'm like way more forgiving of that game than a lot of people are. The game was no masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. Um, but I thought it was fine. The facial animations at launch definitely got criticized, and rightfully so, because they were those facial animations were oof, they were weird. They were not good. Um, but yeah, I mean that game, regardless of what I think of it, that game certainly had its own problems. Um, and sorry, let me just destroy this ballista. And then yeah, now we have Dragon Age Veilguard, which I feel like, I don't know, the whole three strike rule, like three strikes and you're out. I don't know if that's going to apply here. Like this, if this game is like a failure financially and critically for BioWare, it might honestly be the end of BioWare. I know people have been saying that for years, but I honestly feel that way this time. Um, Whether it's their fault or not, whether it's more EA's fault, regardless of whose fault it is, like this is I think their last chance to redeem themselves. I do know that they have another like proper Mass Effect game in the works. They are working on another mainline entry to the Mass Effect series. So I mean I don't know if this game like bombs. I don't know what's going to happen to that game. Um, they might just cancel it outright. It's possible. I know. I'm pretty sure it's still early in development, so I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to like pull the plug on it. Um, if this game ends up like failing later in the year, but I don't know. And but BioWare, they they're a studio that I used to love back in the day. I want the best for BioWare. I really do. I don't want them to fail. There might be other people out there who want them to fail for one reason or another, but I don't. I don't want them to fail. I want them to have a redemption. I want them to bounce back somehow. Um, and I'm hoping that this is a game that will begin to make that happen, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm probably not gonna purchase the game on day one. Definitely gonna like wait to see what people have to say about it. Definitely gonna do my research on a game like this. Um, I need to get my units. The reason my units are probably dying so much is because they need to get some upgrades. It's one of the things I don't like about Harad as a faction is that you have to be nearby the caravans in order to upgrade your units. You can't just like purchase the upgrade and then upgrade them from anywhere. You have to be like in the vicinity of the building to be able to upgrade them. So that's obnoxious, but whatever. I guess that's one of the downsides that this faction has. All right, looks like we're kind of pushing ahead here. Let me make another siege Mumuk. Mumuk. Let me also build some of these dudes. Neferarti Marauders. I don't make them very often. I think that they got like big sledgehammers or something. They just kind of wail on motherfuckers. Oh, I can't upgrade flaming arrows yet. Well, that's okay. Okay, got another siege mummock. Let's get going here. Move up. Looks like my allies kind of pushing too. Kill these guys. Kill those specters. All right, we're making good progress here. Um, but yeah, there were some other things. Not that Dragon Age Veilguard was an unappealing announcement or anything to me. I'm certainly interested in the game. I'm a classic fan of Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and I'm hoping the game is good. And if it looks like it doesn't need to be like Baldur's Gate 3 quality for me to get it. It doesn't need to be like changing the world uh, quality for me to get this game. If it just looks like a competent action RPG, I'm willing to get it. Um, it's just a question of whether or not this game can even achieve that. There's a lot of unknowns with this game. Oh, let me summon. God, I can't summon this thing anywhere. What the hell? I want to summon the big boy Mumuk. I want to summon the big Mumuk. The game won't let me. I also lost one of my heroes. Let's root him again. There we go. Okay. Let's summon it. Summon it. Summon the big boy. I'm so glad that because one of the things that happened in the base game versions of this game is that if you had like your own infantry that were near the Mumakil when it's about to like launch an attack, that thing would cause like friendly fire. Like it would cause a bunch of damage to the enemies when the Mumuk attacks things, but it would also like damage your units too. It would send them flying. But I'm so glad. Thank you to the modders that made this mod. That they did away with that. I'm so glad that like look at this. These Mumakil are just wailing on these enemy buildings. My infantry units are right underneath them, and they're not taking any damage from my Mumakil. They're not taking any friendly fire. So that's just wonderful. Thank you. Um, but yeah. Anyway, depending on how well Dragon Age Veilguard does, I will get it. If it looks like it's gonna be shit, then I will not get it. Um, but as for other things that kind of came out or were announced or had that there were trailers for, um, one of the ones that like nobody else talks about because RTS as a genre just doesn't really get talked about that much in mainstream circles. It's Age of Mythology. It's the Age of Mythology reboot. I don't know. No, it's not a reboot. It's a remake, I believe. Um, yeah, so and it's not a remaster. Um, I'm pretty sure it's like a full-blown remake of the original game. Um, I'm pretty hyped for that, honestly. They revealed that during the PC Games conference. I'm really looking forward to that because as evidenced by the game I'm playing right now, I love RTS games, and we don't get enough of them these days. And so, to have another RTS game, even one that's like a remake of an old one, like I will gladly take that. Inject it right into my veins, please. All right, let's recruit some more units. So we destroyed the Woodland Realm enemy here, so now it's just the Dol Guldur enemy. You know what? I'm gonna start forming up at the other side of my base. That seems like a better idea. Go do that. I'll recruit some Watchers of Karna, the hero unit. Get some more guys upgraded. These caravans are not level 3 yet. God damn it. Oh well. But yeah, Age of Mythology Retold. I don't have much to say about it. I actually didn't play Age of Mythology back in the day. I played Age of Empires, and I still play. Me and a buddy of mine, we still play AoE 4 sometimes. Um, but I didn't really play Age of Mythology back in the day, so this will actually be. I played a little bit of it. I think I remember playing like a demo or something of Age of Mythology. But I barely played any of it to really remember it. Um, from what I remember, the premise of the game was essentially like uh, you have like ancient Greek and ancient Roman like factions battling each other, but the gods themselves would actually like physically appear during the battles, like in various forms, like they would actually take part in the battles. So, obviously not like they're obviously not going for like the historical accuracy thing that like Age of Empires was going for. They were going for the, like the name implies, mythology thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know, pretty cool. I like the concept, and I love RTS games like the one I'm playing now. So um, I'm definitely looking forward to that. That comes out around the same time as that comes out around the same time as Star Wars Outlaws, um, as well as the new World of Warcraft expansion, The War Within, which I'm also getting because I still play WoW. Um, Actually, all right, this thing's about to turn level 3, so I'll be able to get the Flaming Arrow upgrade. There you go. Oh geez, I didn't even realize I recruited another Spearman unit. All right, let me upgrade them first. And then I'll move out towards the enemy base, which my ally is already attacking. Oh, honestly, let's just move out now. My ally is like decimating the enemy base. Let's just get a move on. I don't want to miss the end of this battle. I don't want to miss any of the action here. What else was there? I mean, speaking of Star Wars Outlaws, that's a game I'm interested in as well. I mean, I have my own issues with Ubisoft and a lot of Ubisoft games and their business practices, as evidenced by the live stream I had with Jolly Chap on that subject. But I still will probably end up getting Star Wars Outlaws if it seems like a decent game. I mean, it's just, so many people have been craving a game where you can play as like a smuggler or a bounty hunter in like an open world type of thing for a while now. And so the fact that we're getting one finally, even if it is like a Ubisoft game, you know, oh, victorious. Okay, cool. So the fact that we're finally getting one, it's just I'm not gonna not get that game unless it's like absolutely horrendous. And as I said on the previous live stream, the thing I've always said with a lot of Ubisoft games is that they are a reliable, if uninspired, source of fun for me for the most part. Like it's a guilty pleasure. Like I don't go into a new Assassin's Creed game expecting like a world-changing experience, but I will probably have like a decent time with it. Like that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of like Ubisoft games, and I suspect that Star Wars Outlaws will probably be no different. Or it could be exceptional, or it could be terrible. I don't know. Either way, I mean, I'm definitely interested in that. That's for sure. Sorry, I just had to check my StreamYard for a second. Okay. What time is it? I'll probably play a second match. Yeah, all right. I'll do another match. I'm gonna play as Rohan this time. Just gotta choose my map again. God, it's always so hard to choose a map. I want to do all of them, but I can't. Actually, let me go back up. There was one that I think I wanted to do. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, let me do this. I want to do a Rohan map if I'm playing as Rohan. Just seems thematically relevant. Let's just say that. Okay, away we go. Playing as Rohan, and I have Woodland Realm as an ally, and I'm going up against Mordor and Gondor. Okay. One good, one evil. Um, what else? What else did they really talk about or reveal during that game show? I can't even. It's all kind of a blur. I don't even really remember a lot of it. Um, don't really remember a lot of like what interested me personally. Sort of. I'm looking up the list on the list of games on my phone again. To remind myself. So I just I can't remember. Should hope I'm not losing my memory. Fuck, I'm only 32 years old. Oh, I mean, one thing that I remember, one thing that people were kind of laughing about a bit, was I think it was people started having a shit fit when the new Call of Duty, they I guess there was some sort of announcement or reveal or whatever that the upcoming game, which they revealed to be Black Ops 6, I believe. So Black Ops 6 is going to be, oh my God, I can't believe there's been six Black Ops. Like, freaking Call of Duty. Anyway, um, one of the things that they revealed about the new Call of Duty was that it was supposedly going to take up like 300 like gigs of hard drive space or something for a single game. And everybody was like, are you kidding me? Like, have we gotten to that point? Have we gotten to that point now where now it's like games are taking up that much space? But then I think it was later clarified that the the 300 gigs actually refers to like the platform that you download that has access to multiple Call of Duty games. I think that's how that works. So, and once people realize that, it's like, okay, well, that's not that's not quite as bad then. I mean, that being said, Call of Duty, the like the hard drive space required like for Call of Duty games has gotten like ridiculous. Even if it's not 300 gigs per game, it's still just absurd. I remember the last one I got. I can't remember which one it was, but the last one I got was like, It was like 110 gigs or something. Like, it was a lot. 110 gigs for one game is still like a hefty amount, you know? And you know that the vast majority of that is just like textures and shit. You know, stuff nobody cares about. Like the visuals and everything. The stuff that only these companies care about. Um, One thing that I find just perpetually funny, it's like, you know, you will see like a quote or an interview or something from one of these like game industry bigwigs, like you know, uh, Andrew, what's his face, the CEO for EA. He'll be like, gamers just really crave like great graphics. They crave graphical fidelity. It's like, no, we don't. We don't crave it. But we care much more about like gameplay and things like that. We don't care about. I mean, if you can have a game that does look good and feel good to play, then fine. I mean, I don't have all the graphics you want. I don't care. But it's this misplaced idea that like that's what we like prioritize is, you know, graphical fidelity. It's like you're lying. You're just completely making that up. Like why are you telling us what we want? Speak for yourself, bro. Gotta love that, and you gotta love when they try to like put words into the mouths of like gamers, and they're like, gamers just love microtransactions. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, you love microtransactions because it's a fucking quick and dirty way for you to make a ton of money, often at the expense of the game itself. Like microtransactions often have a harmful impact on the games. But you gotta love that these CEOs are like, gamers really want this. You know, like it's things that they want. It's things that are important to them because they're greedy scumbags. But then they try to speak for us. They try to like invent things that we've never like said or purported to say. It's so frustrating. It's like, shut up. Don't claim to speak for gamers. You are completely out of touch with gamers. Ugh, just really annoying, but what are you gonna do? Just incredible to be that out of touch, you know? I mean, the thing, like, I wonder, are they really that out of touch though? Or are they like, they just don't give a single shit what we actually like care about? They're in a position where like they can make up whatever BS they want to about what gamers have said, quote unquote. And you know, a lot of like the mainstream game outlets are not going to call them out on it, so they'll just end up getting away with it. And the only people they really care about are like their shareholders. So, you know, they don't actually care about gamers. They don't care to listen to what we want in games or what we think. It's all about the shareholders. I mean that's the case with a lot of industries naturally, but game industry is no exception. All right. So I've got some archers, I've got some spearmen. I'm not gonna get any cavalry just yet, and I have Eowyn as my starting hero. Uh, let's summon some peasants. I'm gonna build some defenses in my allies' base. Help defend them a bit. Let me recruit. I have a lot of money actually. I'm gonna recruit Theoden. King Theoden, absolute legend. Rest in peace, Bernard Hill. I was so sad when got that news a couple months back. Was it a couple months? I think so. I lose track of time. Yeah, he passed away a few months ago. Theoden's actor. Such an underrated actor. Such an underrated character too. Like Theoden is just such a boss. Like the way he just like constantly doubts himself throughout like much of the second and some of the third movie, and he's just like you know leads the army that basically turns the tide of the most important battle. uh, and then ends up dying during that battle. We will never see his like again. Bernard Hill or Theoden. Okay, there's Theoden. Uh, They also, funnily enough, I mean, I know that this is not gaming news. This is like TV news, but TV and movie news. But they also revealed some details at what was it, the Cannes Film Festival, the Cannes Film Festival. They showed off some of that like Rise of the Rohirrim, War of the Rohirrim. I always call it Rise of the Rohirrim. I don't know why I do that, but anyway, yeah, the War of the Rohirrim movie, the new Lord of the Rings like animated movie that's coming out later in the year. They revealed some of that, and we've seen some screenshots of it. They said it got a standing ovation, but then again, it seems like everything gets a standing ovation at those film festivals. So I mean, I can't necessarily like put a ton of stock in that. I'm not gonna like hold that up as like, oh, see, like the War of the Rohirrim movie is definitely good, guys. It's like I don't know that to be true because it's at a film festival where everybody seems to like fillet each other. Not literally, but well, maybe literally. They might literally have a little bit of action going on after the festival. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, okay, dude. Attacking my stuff. How dare you? How dare you? Let me recruit Mary because he's cheap. I'm also recruiting Aemir. Let me also get another squad of archers to defend my allies' base. All right, I have Aemir and Mary. Yeah, I don't know. There were plenty of other announcements that happened at that game show, but not a lot that I really care much to talk about personally. Um, some other stuff I do want to talk about though, because there's, like I said, I mean, it's been weird. There's been a bunch of like gaming news lately, but there's also been a bunch of like TV and movie news. Um, they put out the trailer for Arcane season two, which great trailer. It got me super hyped, but one of the interesting things, anybody who's paid attention to this will probably already know. One of the interesting things that happened with that trailer was that they revealed that it was the final season. Everyone, and that just threw everybody into an absolute frenzy when they saw that. They're like, "Wait, final season? There's only this. There's only going to be two seasons to Arcane, and then they're canceling it? Are you kidding me?" I even put out. I'll admit I jumped the gun a little bit, and I pull out a tweet basically like bad mouthing Netflix. I mean, there's reasons to bad mouth Netflix. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of jumped the gun a little and gave, um, you know, responded to one of their tweets being like, "Oh, here you go. Gotta cancel a genuinely good show to make room for some more shitty original films that everybody hates." But that being said, the good news was that while it is the final season of Arcane, like this specific story arc with Vi and Jinx, they put out a video shortly after that, shortly after the trailer dropped. I think it was a video like announcement done by Christian, who's like the creator of the show, where he said that they were going to be making more League of Legends shows that I'm assuming are going to have a similar aesthetic, like a similar animation style and art style. So yeah, everybody went into a panic at first, but then that made everybody like super relieved and super happy to hear that. Because yeah, I mean, I don't mind Arcane ending, as long as they're actually planning to continue the show in some form, or continue, focus on other League of Legends stories in some form, which yeah, evidently they are going to do. So good, all good. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief upon hearing that news. Oh god damn it! Oh, you're a pain in the ass, buddy. Destroying my towers. Looks like my ally is gonna need some help. Let me destroy this inn so nobody else can use it, and then I'll all right, let's move up. Oh god, my ally is under intense attack right now. Oh god. Freaking Witch King. God. Just stalking my archers. Come on, let's go. I mean, we'll be fine, but I don't know. Kind of freaked me out a bit. Build another tower, fuck it. More defenses can never hurt. Let's start upgrading my stable so I can get some, whoa. I was gonna say, upgrade my stable so I can get some more cavalry up in here. Oh, they killed that archer unit. Okay, gotta get another one. Oh, kill that drummer troll. Kill him. What is he doing? He's he's like flailing his arms around him. Oh, it's so funny. I love how he's doing it backwards. He kind of glitched out a bit for a second. Oh, that was really good. That was good. I love stuff like that. Things like that are why I love video games. Funny glitches. Oh, we got an attack troll. Kill him. No, pull back. It went pull back. God. All right, get her out of there. Thank you. Okay. The Witch King back again. Yes, he is. Of course he is. This fucker won't die. Kill him, please. Kill him, kill him, kill him. All right, he's dead. Good. Good, good, good. What is... Oh, okay. Something... Oh my god. Oh, now the Gondor army is deciding to come in and attack my base. Okay, that's wonderful. After I sent all my units down here to defend my ally. Where is this freaking trebuchet? Oh, there it is. Okay, God. Alright, they destroyed all my defenses down here. That's great. Gotta rebuild all those. I think I lost a hero, so I gotta... And I also need to recruit Arcane, so let's do that. I lost a lot of units in that attack. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay that I lost some units. Didn't lose any heroes, though, so that's good. Start recruiting some elite cavalry. Because what's Rohan without cavalry, eh? Got some mounted Kingsguard coming in here. Let me also mount up my heroes. Okay. Actually, no, let's wait for all my units to gather first. There you go. Also need to upgrade my siege workshop so I can start building some siege weapons before I can attack the enemy base. Let's build some more towers. Looks like my ally is holding the line over here, but barely. Kill those guys. Oh, I only have enough command points for like one siege weapon. That's okay. Alright, let's go. Oh, shit. Yep. Another big attack coming. Let's go deal with this. But yeah, very happy that Arcane is not, or well, I should say, the League of Legends TV shows are not coming to an end, even if Arcane is coming to an end. Very happy to hear that, because I would have been really disappointed if they were like completely canceling that universe, because that's like, for me, that's like probably one of my favorite shows that's come out in the last like 5 years. And you know, season 2, I'm sure, is going to be solid. I'd like to think it will be. So, um, even if Arcane itself is coming to an end, I'm sure it's going to have a satisfying ending on top of everything else. One can only hope. Actually, no, let me get the... Ere the sun rises. let's go fight these guys over here. Looks like, I mean, I do feel bad for my ally. I'm kind of letting them fight this battle by themselves for a while. I've mostly just been building up my forces, but it's okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming to help you, ally. I'm coming. Push through. Push through. Oh, actually, nope. Let's pull back. Actually, pull back. Didn't want to run. There were a bunch of spearmen over there. I did not want to charge my cavalry into that. Would not have gone well for me. Finish upgrading my fortress. I think I've like... Yeah, I almost have a full stack army at this point, so... Alright, actually, yeah, once these guys finish replenishing, I think I'm ready to move out. I'll probably attack the Gondor base first. In other news, one of the things that I know is being talked about a lot is the Acolyte right now. Um, some of the stuff that's come out of the latest episode is interesting to say the least. Um, can't say I really like what I'm hearing, but to be fair, I've not been watching the show myself, so I mean I can there's only so much I can really say about it. The Acolyte just did not look in any way interesting to me, so I chose not to watch it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Star Wars as a franchise, I think it's just, in my opinion, is kind of fucked right now. So I'm, for the most part, I mean, I'm still looking forward to Andor season 2 when it comes out. I think next year. But outside of that, though, I mean, outside of that and the sequel to Jedi Survivor, for me personally, because I really enjoyed Fallen Order and Survivor. Aside from those two things, there's not a whole lot I'm like super thrilled about when it comes to Star Wars these days. And all the things I'm hearing about the Acolyte just, you know, confirm that. Again, from what I'm hearing, from the impression that I've gotten, just doesn't sound good to me. I could be wrong. Maybe I need to watch it myself to actually get a better impression of it. I don't know. All right. We're taking a lot of hits here, but we are destroying the Gondor base. Let's use the ultimate power, summon some Ents. Okay, the Gondor army is destroyed. pull back, lick our wounds a little bit, heal up. Oh, geez. Looks like my ally's not doing well over on their side. Gonna pull these guys back. But yeah, I don't know. Star Wars these days, it's just such a minefield. Like, I don't know why anybody with good ideas would want to enter that universe at this point because it's such a mess. I mean, I guess maybe that's the idea is that like if you do have good ideas, you might want to come in here and be like, "Oh no, I've, you know, I can fix it, you know." All I can say to that, you know, if there is anybody out there that thinks that way, all I can say to that is, you know, good luck to you because you have a hell of a task on your hands, my friend. And you know, eventually I ran out of steam. I got tired of it. I got tired of Star Wars. I just, you know, like I said, outside of the two specific projects that I mentioned that I'm still enthusiastic about, um, as well as, you know, the original stuff that George Lucas did, I'm just like not. I'm just done. I just can't be bothered with most of the new stuff that Disney Lucasfilm is coming out with anymore. Just not really worth it to me. Okay, I think we're ready to move up again. Attack the Mordor base. I mean, my allies' defenses are still sort of holding strong here, so that's good. Still holding out. Now let's capture that tower, because why not? I need to wait for my catapults to get here anyway, because they are slow. Oh god. That tower is about to come down, and those archers are about to get killed. Let's move into a different tower. Let's start building some towers closer to my allies' fortress, I guess. I don't know. Alright, let's keep going. See if I can destroy Mordor before they destroy my ally. My ally might hold out. I don't know. I think their defenses are just strong enough to hold out, but don't want to take that chance. Frickin' troll. Frickin' troll. Okay. Got my other ultimate power. Gonna summon Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. Hey, you little bastard. This guy just won't die, come on. Oof, I don't know. I don't know if my army is going to be strong enough to destroy this base. I mean, hopefully my ally have some forces coming. Come on, let's move. Let's move quickly. Oh, God. Oh, I hate that. I hate the way the AI uses Grond in this game. They don't use it to destroy like your base or your structures. I mean, they will use it to do that eventually, but what they primarily use it for, since it has the capability to run over your units, they will use it to just run you over. Like, look at this thing. He was like following my units, trying to run me over. I mean, the thing moves slow as hell, so it's fairly easy to avoid, but it's just the arrogance of that. Look, look, he's honing in on my units. Oh my god. He's trying to run over my army with fucking Grond. Like, the fucking nerve of that shit. Get the hell out of here, dude. That's why they need to... I really hope in the next update that the mod team releases for this mod. I mean, listen, I shouldn't be too picky because like I should be thankful that they made this thing in the first place, but listen, they're gonna make another update anyway, and when they do, can you please nerf Grond? Can you please nerf Grond a little? Grond is too powerful. I know it costs 5,000 resources or whatever to recruit the thing or build the thing, whatever you want to call it, but like I just nerf it, please. You need to reduce its health. Thing just has too much health, and it can just run over. It can trample a whole fucking army, even if it's only doing it at 3 miles an hour. Stop destroying all my catapults. All right, I mean, I'll still be fine though. I'll still be fine. Just need to keep up the momentum. Oh, victory. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I love that game. Anyway, that's all I really want to ramble on about today, so I'm going to probably end the stream here. To anybody who tunes in later, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!